Hello, everyone. So, for this discussion board, I enjoyed reading the article Introductions to Group Work, Historical Perspectives and Functional Group Models, because it provided a helpful overview of how group work has developed over the years, right? Starting from the 1800s, then it went into like the 1920s, 30s, you know, post World War II, 30s, 40s, 50s, and up until now, right? Present day practice. And it's interesting to see how the purpose of group work has evolved. However, it still maintained the core value, the focus of supporting individuals through shared experiences. One concept that stood out to me was when it talked about psycho-educational groups, which is actually one of the task groups that was listed in the article. And according to Erford and Bardaschi, these groups are commonly used in school-based counseling settings and tend to be more structured than counseling or psychotherapy groups. Their main focus is on teaching new skills or helping individuals strengthen skills they already have. At my internship site, which is a school setting, I am currently facilitating a social skills group with kindergarten. When planning sessions, I consider concerns, that were shared by the teacher. These can be, concerns such as they're not using appropriate language, they're not using their body correctly. Like, for example, if they're pushing somebody, if they were hitting somebody, right? Those are inappropriate, behaviors that are common for kids of that age, right? And as well as some observations that I've seen as well. And most of those observations are consistent with the teacher's observations, right? So I use this evidence-based activity book that covers topics such as communication, both verbal, nonverbal, participating in group settings, expressing emotions, advocating for oneself, and understanding these boundaries. In my group, I incorporate a range of interventions to keep students engaged and support their skill development. And as it was stated in the article, the purpose of psychoeducational groups is to emphasize that skill acquisition. So based on these interventions, they include role playing, play-based activities, emotional regulation strategies, and bibliotherapy, using a book to basically teach them what's appropriate and what's not. Using these approaches allows students to practice social skills in a structured but interactive way, which aligns well with the goals of psychoeducational groups in school settings.